Live yet, right? Okay.
We are.
Hey, there we go. There we go.
Hello.
It worked. It took a long time for that go live button to register. Welcome, everyone. Hope you're doing well. It is good to have friends on, your friend Andy and decade investor Colin. We're here today to talk about Zzz Money Club, and they're kind of doing a little bit of, it's not rebranding. That's originally what I had the title of the video as. It's not rebranding. It's just revamping with the same brand. So they're switching everything up, but I would like to talk to them. I'm actually wanting to hear just as much as you guys are in the audience, what all is changing, what they're doing. Again, I really appreciate these two, and I think their community is awesome. I think they're really focused on not only just shilling projects left and right, but education and helping people just with their finances going forward. Colin is not a degen at all, really. So it's like, it's great to have a community with just different types of people. And I think that's like a really necessary part of your financial journey. So what I need from you guys in the audience, if you're watching today, which you wouldn't hear this if you're not, so that's redundant, but please hit like as we're getting going. If you have questions, please comment. If you have things you just want us to talk about, just comment whatever you want. The YouTube algorithm likes comments, so just comment something. Comment where you're watching from. Are you part of other paid communities? Maybe that's a good question. We can ask about that. So decade investor says, looking forward to chatting. Exclamation point one. Yes.
Thank you for joining us, decade investor. Thanks for watching today.
Thanks for watching. Do I need to be a member to join this? You do not need to be a member of my community to join Zzz Money Club. And actually, maybe we'll talk a little bit here in a little bit about the differences and why some people are in both. And we'll talk through some of that. Docky says, so many live streams today with the boys. It is, St. Patrick's Day. Shouldn't should have some green on, shouldn't we? We should have planned this better, but
I got my green right here.
Yeah, you got your plant. I have a plant. Can you guys see it? It's very dead though. It's in the back here. I have not been watering it the way that you should, and it is
that Nebraska weather.
Yeah, the Nebraska weather got to it. Great to listen to while grinding today. Good to see you, hobbyist. Hope you're doing well.
What's up, hobbyist?
Hello, hobbyist.
Chess Vision says, I love James and his OG content, but his Twitter is coming off very touty. And this was a discussion we were having. I am not sure what touty means, but I take it that it's a negative thing. Touty. Describe something.
First thing that comes up is it's an Urban Dictionary, and it can be used in the same context as whack.
I don't know what that means either.
Or tight. Or tight, which like tight, the way you use the word tight, like that's kind of tight. It could be like a good thing. I don't think that it's because like whack.
Okay, maybe it's I'm gonna take it as a compliment. Thank you, Chess Vision. I'm just going to take it as a compliment. That's what I've been doing recently. If someone says something that might be negative, I just take it as a compliment. So anyways, if you guys have more questions, I'll star these and we'll start bringing them up. But let's talk about what we're here to talk about, or else we'll spend the whole time just chatting. Go ahead. Can you guys, one of you, whichever feels more qualified, talk to us about Zzz Money Club? What's the vision behind it? What is it? How does someone get into it? Why would someone want to get into it? What are they going to learn in it? Are they going to make money in it? How much does it cost? Let's just go through some of that stuff.
Okay,
so basically answer every possible question. Okay, we can do this.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna go take a nap and just let me know when you're done.
Yeah, I forgot what the question was. Just kidding. So just high level view of what Zzz Money Club is. Some people say Zzz Money Club, Zzz Money Club. We kind of just, it's almost like if your name's like Ben, but you hear like Win, or just kind of hear just different things. Like, oh yeah, it's your answer to it. So Zzz Money Club, Zzz Money Club. But basically, it's a community of people that are looking to find ways to make passive income or semi-passive income by clicking a few different buttons. I get the argument like, well, it's not really passive income because you got to click a few buttons. Well, but it's a community of people that are. We obviously have one goal, which is to increase our passive income, and by utilizing multiple strategies that myself, Andy, other teachers that we have in the club use to bring income to ourselves, and we want to share this and help other people understand those different possibilities. So just kind of a quick little list of things that we talk about just in terms of like the income strategies. We talk about stock options. So I was on James's channel, man, I remember now, a couple months ago, we talked a little bit about like covered calls, cash secured puts. So we have like selling options in the stock market. We have selling a teacher that talks about selling options in the crypto market. We talk about crypto mining. We talk about yield farming. We talk about crypto trading. So we do have like a little degen side of, and I'll let Andy talk on that because he's in that one a little bit more, of crypto trading, setting up, nodes to earn passive income, basically just any and all things you can think about with like passive income. In both crypto and traditional markets, Turo, etc. Like we just a place you can come in. You're like, hey, I want to find out ways to make a little extra money. Let me do that. Join Zzz Money Club and learn a multitude of different income strategies, ranging from, hey, I only have $300 to do, or I have $30,000 or $300,000. We have people ranging in all different areas to learn multiple different ways of earning income on your money, not just like sitting in a bank, which now we can't even really trust the banks. So,
and a quick shout out to all 3 James Peltons in the chat. They all have different profile photos, but they're all saying, hey, y'all, I love to see it.
Oh, yeah, those are different. I'm streaming to Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. So they're all, yes.
I just thought it was funny to see.
I didn't know you streamed on Twitch.
I do. I have 6 followers or something like that. I don't know why I keep doing it. Twitch is not my main platform, but I'm, secret about me. I used to, when I sold my business, was retired, considering what I was going to do with my time, I considered briefly becoming a Call of Duty streamer.
Yes.
Oh.
But
fragging some noobs.
Yeah. But then the problem was I was not very good. And so it's hard to be a streamer if you're not very good. So
yeah,
I went to finance.
Actually be good at the game.
Yeah, I went to crypto where I'm also not very good, but it's working out okay. So anyways, yeah, sorry, Andy, I cut you off. Go ahead.
Oh, no. So, yeah, everything Colin said. But, the title of this is that we're doing some big updates to Zzz Money Club. And one of those is kind of along the lines of what Colin was saying, in that we provide strategies to you to make money while you sleep. And now, in fact, we literally do that. So when you first join the club, if in either of the paid tiers, so that's another big change is now you can join for free. We have the first paid tier is $9.99 per month. And then our top VIP club pass, which is what you see on your screen right there, James, is $59.99 per month. And the $59.99 per month, $60 per month. There's also a 7-day free trial now, so you can test it out before you commit to it, risk-free. And we find that people, maybe hesitate to pay money right away, but if they can test it first, then they feel more comfortable. So we now offer that. But anyways, with either of our paid tiers, when you come into the club, now one of the first things you see at the top is what we call the income strategy section. And we actually map out $500 to $1,000, $1,000 to $5,000, and $5,000 plus. And so if you have any of those amounts of money, we give you strategies that we find are proven money-making strategies right off the bat. That you can literally go in there, follow the tutorial, do the strategy, and start making money right away. Now, if you are a VIP Club Pass member, you have access to our bonus strategies and a whole bunch of other sections, including things Colin was talking about, like the crypto trading section, the stock options, the crypto options sections. So we get more advanced into all these strategies when you go to those membership, the top membership level, and then each of those has their own nuances. And we can talk more about this in a bit. I can do a brief mention, but like right now we have basically 3 different challenges going on within Zzz Money Club. And this is a new thing we're doing. Right now we have a $500 into $5,000 challenge through degen / crap coin to keep this ad friendly trading. And we have a teacher, Zach, who is doing that whole thing, finding some crazy degen type plays that are quick, like 1-hour trades or 1 week or less or multiple day. And so we're turning 500 into 5,000. That's a lot of fun. I'm doing that right now. We also have a stock options challenge for me personally to learn how to do it and start making money. And and we have a bunch of members who are doing that along with me. So Colin has been teaching me stock options, and we've already had a few people who joined our stock options challenge and who've already made their membership fee back in their first week of doing it, with only $1,000 being traded, which is pretty crazy. I personally made half that. I made $30 in my first week trading $1,000. But we try to do these things with a small amount of money and get you making some real money. And I'm about to go into a challenge of learning crypto options with our trader, our crypto options teacher, Everton. So we've got all these different initiatives happening, but the goal is the moment you get in the Sleep Money Club, we try to get you making money as fast as possible. And we find that most of our members on our VIP membership, they make that membership fee back in the first month if they follow the different guides and strategies.
Can I, do you care if I show the Discord and show like the 0 to 1K? I think it looks really sharp. They're using Discord threads now, and it's just very, very cool. So let me share this. The first time I saw it, I was like, oh, that's cool. I like that. I wanted to kind of steal it, but I need someone to do that. Also, I like your top option here, this Warbot NFT there. But yeah, this is really cool. So these are the 0 to 1K options. I won't show all of them. You have to join to get all of them.
And we are adding new ones every week or every other week. We're adding multiple new pieces of content every single month. So this is constantly evolving and changing, and new fresh stuff is being cycled in.
Okay, very cool. So these are the 0 to 1K, and then there's the 1K to 5K. So you'll need a little bit more capital to get into these, and then the 5K plus. So very cool. I love the way it's laid out. It's just super easy. It's really easy to find stuff. So love that.
And I will also say that the secret sauce here isn't so much the strategies, which some of them, they are newer things or interesting things, but also we do map out in the actual strategy. When you click on it, the step 1, do this. Step 2, we actually walk through the entire process of how to set it up, and got videos and guides. We have a bunch of courses, that multiple hundreds of dollars worth of courses in Sleep Money Club that you get for free with your membership that help you do all these things too.
Yep, absolutely. And I'll just briefly show you, there's guides, there's courses, deep dives.
You just scroll through the deep dives. We have so many deep dives. We're always adding more. These are like paragraphs and paragraphs of deep dives into each protocol and coin and stuff. We're adding more and more every month.
Yeah, that is very, very cool. So I wanted to comment on this because sometimes people ask, oh, should I be a member of James' Discord and Sleep Money Club? But doing completely different things. Like Sleep Money Club, there's no way I could do these types of deep dives and courses. Like, you guys know, if anyone knows me, I can barely get anything done. I'm doing so many different things. I really don't get a ton done. So this is very educational, and they also, you can go through Andy's portfolio, see what he's getting into, see what Colin's getting into. You can ask Andy questions, ask Colin questions. So, I mean, just very different things. And I'm a big fan of getting input from just a lot of different places. Andy would be, Colin's kind of like more stocks. And then Andy's kind of like Bitcoin, or that, safer. And then I'm on kind of more the degen side, although they've kind of brought me in as I've lost all my money. I'm kind of going more Bitcoin only, but I just love having input from so many different places. So for me, I would be in both. Personally, just love that. So let's see, we got a few questions here. One question I know people have been asking, I've heard this, and it's actually in your FAQs on your site, but do you get to talk personally with you two being a member of Sleep Money Club?
Yes, I'm not going to invite you to my place, like in person.
Not yet, at least.
Yeah,
build up to that.
No, but yeah, we do weekly streams, like private, not public streams ourselves. We also have our teachers do streams. So we usually do anywhere between 1 to 3 private Discord streams each week. And then on top of that, we're in there every day chatting. Like, I'm in there. I know that not to jump ahead to a question, but this might go with it. Someone asked, like, can we copy trade if we don't feel confident like to learn, or yeah. So obviously we don't tell anyone what to do with their money. It's simply just a place where we just share what we're doing. And if you want to follow along, obviously that's up to you, and you have to take that, like, that's up to you to do. We're not telling you to do what we do, but simply we're just sharing our strategies. And like on the trading side of things, and the stock options and the crypto options, our teachers, myself and Andy, when we get into different ideas, we're sharing them real time. So like, I sold some Tesla options today, and made like, I remember 200 something dollars for a week selling options on Tesla, a little over 1% return. And, I real time, I make the trade, I take a screenshot, post it in the Discord. And then, obviously if people want to do that, they can follow it. But at the end of the day, we're not managing anyone's money. We're not doing it for you. We're just simply, sharing our strategies. And we want you to learn. Like, we don't want you to just do what we do and not learn. We want you to learn. So that's why we go live. That's why we one of our teachers got into stock. A crypto teacher got into stock options. Our stock options teacher and him jumped in the voice chat for like 15 minutes yesterday morning, and they walked through, hey, here's what you should do. Like, here's your 4 options you could do with your current layout for your stuff. So we really want you to learn. But at the same time, while you're learning, we want to make sure you're making money too, so you can get your membership costs back and much more on top of that.
But if you join us for any of the live streams, there's not a single question that is asked that goes unanswered, unlike public streams where it's just sometimes impossible to answer every single question. So we definitely make time for every single person to ask their questions and stuff. When you ping us in the Discord, we will reply to you. We will talk with you. We will DM with you. Not only that, but like Colin was saying, we're very transparent about every single purchase and sell and everything we make. If you click on the Andy portfolio moves, you will see when I buy something. I buy it within 30 seconds or less. I post it over there immediately and tell you exactly what I'm buying and when and all that stuff. And then if you're a VIP member, you get to see Andy's alpha section where I actually give reasons why I'm getting to certain positions and my progress and whether I recommend it or not, as something that's worth looking at. And in the trading section with Colin and Dark Miner and the options, they put every single options play on there. So again, we're not going to tell you, yes, buy this thing at this exact time. That's up to you. But if you wanted to follow along, you could absolutely in real time follow along with full transparency.
Okay. Love it. Yes. And so, if I'm new to investing, is this group for me? Yes. So it's not just degen stuff. Again, that's different than my group. My group is mostly, if you're brand new to crypto, my group's going to probably be a challenge for you. You can cancel at any time. And I'm going to say this. This is a call to action for everybody who's watching. If you're not a part of Sleep Money Club, there's a 7-day free trial. I think that's really cool, because a lot of times, you're kind of just blindly jumping into these groups and you have no idea, is this going to be good? Go ahead and do the trial. I'm going to recommend that to everyone that's in here. Not financial advice, but go do a free trial of what's going on here with Sleep Money Club. So love these guys and love what they're doing. A couple questions from the audience. Finally joined one of these while it is live. Yeah, good to have you, Ozark. It is frustrating when you watch lives as a replay, because you want to interact. You want to feel like you're part of it, but you can't. So
why isn't James answering any of my questions?
The worst are giveaways. We all the time, I'm doing a live giveaway, and then later people are commenting, and then they're like, I never win your giveaways. And it's like, well, it was live. So we answered this. Can we just copy stock trade? If we don't feel confident, we can learn. You could, but I would recommend learning, just in case, if something happens to Colin, then you want to know how to do it yourself. He's not going to be around forever.
Yeah.
And also Davis, I'm learning stock options right now. I'm 1 week into learning from Colin and Dark Miner, our 2 stock options teachers. And I have effectively been copy trading because I don't know the ropes. But along the way, I'm also asking a bunch of questions and learning the process. And I'm understanding why I'm making this trade that I'm basically copying or whatever. I wouldn't recommend just doing it without any insight, but you can do it as part of the learning process and going forward to get good ideas and stuff. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And on that too is with the learning process, we have courses, I have a course when I was on James' channel a couple months ago, I have my course that's real-time $50 to get it. But if you join the Discord, it's free. So it's hypothetically in your first month, you're basically, if you take the course and you're interested, you're basically getting $10 a month for 1 month because the course is already $50. So, and we have all these other courses and everything like that. So, there's certain benefits that make the costs seem less, initially $60. So it's you get all of this and this and this and this. It adds up.
Yeah. And I will say too, I've spent some time trying to convince Colin to raise the prices of his courses because they're very good courses. He's a good teacher, and they're courses that will make you money. And so, I've been telling him, hey, you got to raise this from $50 to like, $497 is kind of the go-to financial course price, or $997. But he's just out there trying to help people. So, I mean, it's a steal. And yeah, you get all that stuff for free as kind of part of this. So amazing. And access to the creator of it. So very cool.
That's true.
Hobbyists would like to know, how many members of Sleep Money Club are there right now?
So the website is not accurate at the moment. We are slightly below that, but last I looked, we're somewhere over 500 to 550 members in Sleep Money Club, something like that.
Okay, very cool. Kasinja, I don't know why I try saying names. I'm so sorry. I'm from America, but says, I love this. So awesome. How much is the membership? So it's $60. What was there's a cheaper option for $10 a month, correct?
Yes, it's a pretty stripped down version, but you do get access to the income strategies. You do get access to like the main crypto chat, the main stock chat. You do get quite a bit of value for that one, but that one's $9.99 a month. And also both the actually, I don't know if it's available via your links, but yeah, $10 per month and $60 per month effectively.
Okay.
And the VIP is the one that has the 7-day free trial.
Gotcha. Yes, your friend Annie, Decade Investor, have done a superb job with the design using Discord in a way I haven't seen anyone else doing. Very true. So the content is top notch. Yep, Docu does rock. Now, can we get Decade Investor to get into more than just Bitcoin? Can we get him into Flux?
We got good news. We actually have good news, hobbyists. So 3 weeks ago, I believe it is, we did a stream in the Discord where Andy walked me through setting up a Flux node. So I set it up. And so like, it was a way to, like obviously me get into it, but also other people to learn as well. And we had a couple other people set up with us, with me, I guess, the Flux node. So I do have a Flux node. I don't have, the Nimbus. I'm not that big, but I do the Cumulus, and I have earned my first Flux payout. So officially a Fluxer. Is that what they're called, right? Fluxer?
Yeah, you're a Fluxer. Hey, congratulations into getting into the second least degen thing that there is to get into.
Well,
nice job.
Hey, there's another little, I don't know if this is really alpha, but like it's something else. Another node I'm going to get into. It hasn't been launched yet. We talked about it yesterday on our stream for Zzz Money Club. Alpha, yeah. It's like maybe questionable, like alpha question mark. Like is it alpha? Neoxa node.
Andy's been talking about that for so long.
Yeah, well, we're waiting on them to. What is it? I mean, I don't know, Andy. Actually, I have no idea. I'm gonna let Andy take this one. What you're waiting on them to like launch the node?
They haven't launched their master nodes yet. Yeah, okay. But I have my collateral poised and ready to go because the moment they launch nodes, if you are one of the first number of nodes that launch at launch, you're going to get the lion's share of the rewards. So it's going to be like an annualized like 1,000% APY just in the first couple weeks before, and then once the more nodes come online, then it's going to drop considerably. But since it's a part of the block reward goes to node operators, you get if you only node on the network, you get 100% of that slice at first. But once more nodes come online, it drops very, very fast. But yeah, that's one that we're tracking and waiting to get on board with, that we've been talking about for a while. I've been mining in Sleep Money Club.
Very cool. I found out it's Xenia. So I was so sorry. I would have never guessed that. But yeah, Xenia says $60 a month, totally worth it. So that's good.
We find that most of our members, when they figure out all the value and they start earning money, that is usually what most people draw the conclusion.
Yeah, and honestly, if I had a limited budget, I mean, I do have a limited budget. That's a weird way to word it. But if you're on a budget and you're like, hey, $60 a month, is that going to be worth it? What I would do, you can do the 7-day free trial. You can try it for a month and see if you think, oh, can I make an extra $60 a month through some of these things? Then it will pay for the course. So then it's like a even, and you're back to square one, and then you can expand from there, and everything above that is just extra money that you wouldn't have made if you weren't a part of Sleep Money Club. So that's how I would approach it personally. Yeah, it's me would like to know, do you tell people when you sell it, when you dump?
I do not share when I dump. That's personal. It's none of your business. Just kidding. Yeah, we say when we're selling and stuff like that. Honestly, though, for me, it's a little bit boring because almost all my sells are going to be like stock options, this or that now, but also like smaller amounts for these degen like trading plays that I'm doing. The things that I care about long term, there's no sells happening. I hold them and I wait for the next bull run. But when that does come around, I will share when I'm scaling out. Yes, absolutely.
We'll come back on in 50 years. We're all old, and Andy'll still be holding on to his Bitcoin, and it'll be great.
I remember back in my
fair.
day when Bitcoin was 17,000.
Remember when Bitcoin was 5 digits?
Yeah.
You know, that's what we'll be saying.
Yeah.
And on that topic, the last comment that was mentioned by Chess Vision, if you think that if you're thinking that about us, well, then you will be sorely disappointed because we are definitely not a pump and dump group. So if you come into it with the expectation that you're going to get to ride up these big pumps and get out before the dumps, then that's not us. We don't do that.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, there are a lot of those groups.
Sorry,
but yes, and also Chess Vision. This seems a little bit more negative, so I'm wondering if touty was not meant as a compliment. Just based on this comment, but maybe
we'll say it like this. We'll say it like this, like Chess Vision. So we're going to assume he likes or she likes to play chess. Chess is a long game. You don't win in one turn. Just like our community, it's not a get rich quick pump and dump. It's a chess game. You got to, I don't know anything about chess. You got to move the knights.
You don't call them turns. That's the first thing.
Okay. Rounds.
You don't.
I know they have a little clock they have to push, when they get done with their turn.
I watched the Queen's Gambit, so I'm an expert on chess now.
Yeah.
So I'll do an
move,
AMA just
not
on
a
chess
turn.
now.
It's a move.
Oh, it's a move. Well, James is playing chess and we're playing checkers. That's the only thing I know about chess.
That's right.
But if I'm doing pump and dump stuff with half the things I'm in, I'm doing it wrong because I bought them like years ago and I still haven't sold any. So I got to work on that aspect, I guess.
Yeah.
But yes, the hobbyist just said take those profits. Yes, be in crypto, take your profits, and don't let anybody poo-poo on that idea. It's a great idea.
Yep, absolutely. But Xenia says, think about the research time it saves you. Yeah, that's absolutely one of the biggest benefits. Is for $60 a month, that's $2 a day, and yeah, the research, the deep dives, all that, very good.
And one note quick on that is we literally pay people to do research. So it's not like just secondhand thoughts. It's people who live and breathe this stuff who we pay to go research it and do big write-ups and give you their thoughts. Same with teachers and stuff. So there is a lot of value there.
Awesome. Our boy Decade Investor is a young stud. He's having his 25th birthday this weekend. He will outlast most of us. Happy birthday, man.
Thank you. Thanks,
what
James.
What are we doing for it?
I'm going to Boo at the Zoo, and then
Yes. Oh, you're being facetious.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
No, I'm going to this like indoor golfing because it's kind of cold. So we just got snow. Did you get snow yesterday?
Yeah, we have a little bit.
Yeah.
It's actually snowing a little bit right now here as well.
So indoor golf and eat some sushi.
Yep, very cool. Fun stuff. I assume my invite is in the mail, so I'll go out and check it. And
yes.
I'll see it. See you soon. Hobbyist says, "Congrats, 500! Wow, yeah, that's great, awesome." A few questions about this. Is there a lifetime membership available?
Yes. So Colin is actually getting a link for you, James. The links we shared with you are just for the monthly, but we'll share that with you. And then yes, we have. He will share the yearly and the lifetime, but the yearly, it's basically you pay for 10 months up front and you get 2 months for free. So you get the full year for the price of 10 months. And yeah, we do offer a lifetime. So you pay that once and you're a member forever. No ifs, ands, or buts.
James, I'm going to send it to you on Discord.
And
Okay.
the lifetime also we allow, for the lifetime, we allow crypto payments.
Oh, very cool. Very.
Do we do it for the yearly as well, Colin?
I believe so.
Just
yeah.
for the So
yeah.
it's those two memberships you can pay with crypto.
Okay, so here's the link to the lifetime one. Give me just a minute. Command C, Command V. There we go. So that's the lifetime one, and I'll put them in the description too if you want to see them there.
Let me grab you. Give me a second, James. I gotta get the
Okay.
other one.
Yeah, no worries. I'll fill the dead air while we're doing that.
Okay.
Is there a cap to the amount of members? Do you think getting too big will diminish the value for members?
So on the memberships, the price you pay today will never go up. But in the next bull run, I can guarantee you the price will go up so we can slow the rate of growth so it doesn't become unwieldy. But it will go up in the future. But the plan is that, well, we're going to assess that as we go and just see what is actually sustainable. But we currently pay people to help us, and we will expand that team as needed. So, me and Colin don't take all the money we make from Sleep Money Club and just put in our pockets. A lot of it goes to all the research and the various things and teachers and stuff like that. But also we save a bunch away for times like that in the future when we're ready to scale and bring people on board. So make sure we can stay on top of all that. So the answer is I don't know what the exact amount is before it becomes unable to be managed. But there are massive groups out there, and I'm not sure we'll ever. Maybe one day we'll be as big as some of those, and we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But we do have plans for how to make sure we can still serve everybody in the club as we grow.
Okay, very cool.
We're a long way from that, though.
Jeremy says, "Can you make the lifetime membership an NFT?"
We don't have that ability.
That's way over my head. Yeah,
that's a cool idea.
Okay, let me know. Let me know if you want me to work something out, and we can make that happen. PreSearch node is on my list. Is PreSearch still a thing? There's a question. Is PreSearch still a thing?
They're still making moves. They're still building their product. They're the farthest one ahead in the decentralized search space. A lot of people like to say that it's dead project, whatever, but it's multiple years old, and they have a great team. And I'm still running a bunch of nodes, and I've been adding a lot to my position. So we'll see what happens in the next bull run. Okay. I'm optimistic.
Okay, very good. Yeah, it's me. Says, take profits but no selling. So,
good. Yes, good misconception.
So I mean, pump and dump type stuff. It's like you tell everybody about this thing. You bought in before you tell everybody about this thing. Then when all your members run up the price, then you dump it all onto the members or the market. And if it's a coordinated pump and dump where you're dumping on people outside your club or whatever, that's a totally whole different thing, and that's something we don't even touch. But when it comes to taking profits, yeah, there's a time and place for taking profits. But if you look at my portfolio moves section, you won't see much in the way of taking profits right now or selling, other than these very small degen play kind of trades we're doing. And again, that's a $500 to $5,000 challenge we're doing. So I literally have a $500 portfolio. So each of these things I'm buying and selling on the daily is like $25 worth or $50 worth. So I'm not making any. I'm a drop in the bucket. A splash in the ocean. But also in the last bull run and stuff, yeah, I took profits at different stages, and I mapped that stuff out to everybody. I'm like, when this coin hits $2.50, I'm going to scale out of 5% of my position or 10% of my position, and I scale out. So yeah, I guess it's all semantics, and it's all like how you interpret that stuff. But yeah, I am all for taking profits at the right time and doing it in the right way. And I'm all for selling, if you want to, call it that too, at the right time in the right way. But I certainly don't ever do it. Like I talk about something on my channel, I don't ever sell immediately after. That'd be bad news bears.
Yeah, I would say too, like I know you have some of the Warbots. So there's some projects that provide an income. And so there's two ways you could handle the income you get.
This is a very good point.
Passive income is you could just keep compounding, which is what a lot of people do. They do the calculations and say, if I just compounded for the next 5 years, I will be a millionaire. But a better strategy would be at least take some of the profits out as you're going, because we've seen in crypto and in banks now even where you just lose all your money. And so if you just are constantly building your bags and never taking out, diversifying across other projects, other even asset classes, then you'll end up in not good position. So, your FLUX node, maybe that's not a good example because you might just compound all of that, but it's probably a good idea. Okay, you do take profits. So that would be an example of he's receiving FLUX for holding a node. And so some of that he's going to not just keep it forever, but going to take some profit out of that to add into other asset classes and things like that. So, and
that's a great note on the passive. And then I would even point to Colin here. He does that with stock options. There's a percentage of his stock options profits that when he sells those contracts or buys those contracts back or sells those contracts initially, when he gets those profits, he takes a certain percentage of those profits and puts it into long-term hold stocks. So yeah, we do implement profit taking some in various ways, and lots of good strategies around that for sure.
Yeah, and the last thing on the Just like I know, Yasmin said didn't say you're pumping dummy, so I understand. Like, but just to clarify, like usually how pump and dumps work is they're taking small cap tokens and or small cap stocks, like penny stocks. They're getting a lot of people to buy it, runs up the price. Like for example, like FLUX, right, is like a big talked about thing, right? And then it's like the second least risky according to James. But like FLUX, right, has like a $300 million market cap, right? If someone buys, if I buy $50 of FLUX and I tell someone I just bought $50 of FLUX, and our 500 members all buy $10 worth or whatever, like, and obviously that's not gonna happen. Everyone's gonna buy it. Mm-hmm. The price of it is not gonna move substantially where it's like, oh, now let me dump this 50 because I turned it into $52. Like, pump and dumps are from, they take small penny stocks and they have so many people buy it because the market cap is so small, it runs the price up. And the first guy who's running the pump and dump is the one that profits.
And even on ones like that, like I have a lot of FLUX, compared to a number of different people. I'm in the top 100 rich list wallets for FLUX, but I could put my entire portfolio of FLUX on the market today and it probably wouldn't move it one penny. I mean, there's millions and millions of dollars of volume on stuff like that. So I couldn't even push it if I wanted to, much less get you have to get like everybody else to put in hundreds of thousands or millions or something at the same exact time to move stuff like that. Yeah. And I'm not interested in putting that amount of money into little things because that's super, super risky. So yeah.
Gotcha. Docu says, I'm a Norwegian, same as Magnus Carlsen, the champion. So I'm winning when he's winning in chess. We win as one, he loses as himself. That sounds like a good deal. Colin, are you running your FLUX node at your place or VPS like Andy?
I think it's called a VPS. I have no idea. I'm definitely not running it at my place. So Andy, yes.
Yeah, VPS? He's using, was it Host My FLUX?
Host My FLUX, yes.
Host My FLUX. All right, very cool. One of the most important things learned from the last bull run: take profits. Yes, a lot of us, and all three of us, or at least me and Andy. I don't know how much crypto Colin got into, but we all have made the mistake of not taking profits. Again, You start running the numbers, you see it blasting off, and you're like, what if it blasts off another 10x or something like that? And so then you hold on to it, or you take a little bit of profit, but not as much as you maybe should have. And it's better to come up. I found it's better to come up with a strategy. And then it's not the emotion that's making the decision at the time, but it's, hey, when it reaches this price. In fact, what I do with my coins in KuCoin is when I buy them, I have target exits. And I just put the orders in for, hey, when it reaches this, just sell. When it reaches this, just sell. When it reaches this, just sell. Because I don't have the emotional capacity to, when the price is going up like that, to sell at the right time. So,
and the strategy of selling is something else. Taking profits, something else we talk about in Sleep Money Club. But there's also the aspect of it that there's a shame aspect of the selling where the communities around a lot of projects will make you feel ashamed or feel public shame if you dare sell and you don't diamond hands forever. And I reject that entire thing. I think you can support a project and believe in a project and still be responsible with your money and take profit so you don't end up with nothing at the end of it. So yeah, there's a whole balance here for all of it for sure.
Yep, absolutely. Are Warbots running on forex or crypto? The Warbots are running on crypto. So I have my own forex spots. Those are more limited because I want to see how they do for a little while. We have a lot of history on the Warbots. The forex spots are more experimental, we'll put it that way. But yes, Warbots are running crypto. Question for all of you three: how risky is Bitcoin? I want an answer from each of you.
I'm just kidding.
I mean, risk is relative. I'll say it this way: risk is relative. There are 0 asset classes right now that I feel are very safe. Normally, I would say the bank, it would be the safest option. But you can't hold your cash because inflation is we're going to be lowering rates again. So inflation is going to be way higher. We've been printing again. So you can't hold your money. You can't put it under your mattress. So that's not safe. That's like a guaranteed negative 8 or 9% return. Banks are not super safe. Yellen just came out and said, we will definitely insure the big banks, but not some of the smaller banks. And it's just like, okay, that doesn't sound like a good strategy. So banks aren't super safe. The stock market, you know, I mean, Colin, I know would feel a little bit different about this, but it's just like, man, it feels like we're teetering on bad stuff right now. Real estate market in China, it's falling apart, and it's just like, I don't know about real estate. So, I mean, to me, gold and Bitcoin to me seem like the safer plays at the moment. That's my personal opinion.
Yeah, I think it's all relative. Like, what are your goals? You know, like like if you're looking for next week or next month or next 6 months, right? Like maybe, you know, T-bills or bonds or, you know, I bonds or whatever, or CDs or even a high yield savings account. But at the end of the day, like there's risk there because who knows what inflation's the unknown variable that might cause, you know, I mean, it peaked at 9%, right? So it's like, what could it go to now that potentially Fed's going to cut rates at the end of this year? So like inflation's, like James said, it's going to go back up, right? Like based on, I mean, I can't guarantee it, but signs point to that's going to continue to stay elevated. So in terms of the risk scale, I enjoy seeing Bitcoin going well in terms of like in the last few weeks. Or like the last week or so, seeing Bitcoin actually increasing in price and just staying stable, while like it seems like the traditional finance system has just like collapsed on itself, like, you know, at 1 week. So I think right now, like, it's not a bad spot to be in, but who knows what the next, you know, I'm thinking 10 years, 5 years down the road for Bitcoin. So that's why it's like, for me, it's hard to say, but I think it's that in the scale of risk, it's not the most risky place to be. Andy, I can't wait for this one. This is my favorite part.
I mean, like Colin said, it's all about your perspective, and my perspective is almost certainly very extreme compared to most people. Like, there is no better place for my money than Bitcoin, in my opinion. Long term, I want something that governments can't control. I want to run away from the banks, and I'm not even you know, I don't even utilize the stock market as much as I probably should. So, you know, I'm extremist here. I think Bitcoin is going to be a world reserve currency one day. I think it's going to be $1 million plus per coin. I believe it's some of the hardest money on the planet. I'd rather have it than gold, for example. I want as much Bitcoin as I can possibly get in the coming years. And I want it for the next 10, 20, 50 years. Well, will I live 50 more years? We'll see. So, you know, that's my opinion of Bitcoin, and it's almost certainly a crazy viewpoint compared to most people. And most people would think it's tulip mania and it's a ridiculous place to throw your money. But I certainly, that's what I want in life. I want, for my wealth, I want as much Bitcoin as I possibly can get.
Oh, you brought up gold. Well, welcome our next guest, Peter Schiff.
That would be so cool. I really like Peter Schiff. Don't like his view on Bitcoin. He's so close to being a Bitcoiner and just doesn't realize it. He says all these amazing things. I think he has a really level head and shoulders. He just misses it with Bitcoin, but he gets it with everything else.
Yeah, you know, a lot of it is people. I don't think people really understand what Bitcoin is. I mean, it's not easy to wrap your mind around it if you're not used to technology, and you know, if you're older. You're not used to technology working in this way. It's kind of hard to wrap your mind around it. I've found no matter how I explain it, it's like pretty difficult for the generation above, you know, Andy, your generation to like really understand.
I'm not that much older than you.
Yeah, I
know. And also with just even in people who are younger in the crypto space, they don't understand it. Like, I can't tell you how many times I have people who talk about like, oh, wow, it's kind of crazy, you know, crypto this week has been performing like this, and Bitcoin too. Wow, you know, or Bitcoin, you know, of all the cryptos has been holding up better than I expected. In my opinion, there's really crypto, and then there's really Bitcoin, and then there's everything else. There's, you know, Bitcoin, and then there's all these other coins and things that are not even in the same sphere of influence. But again, I have an extremist view of that, but I'm not a Bitcoin maximalist in that I believe that everything else is a scam, or that if you put your money in anything else that's not Bitcoin, it's a waste of time. Obviously, I have lots of altcoins. I think you make lots of money with all those things. I just don't know of anything aside from Bitcoin that I truly believe will be here in 25 years.
Yeah. I would add too, I don't know if people realize this, but the crypto market cap is down, right, from where it's been in like the end of 2021. Bitcoin dominance has been this steady going up, which is not what people expected. People have expected Ethereum and altcoins to overtake Bitcoin. We've not seen that happen. Bitcoin dominance is higher now than it was 2 years ago. And so that's something. And as the government seems to be pushing towards a CBDC or whatever, to me, that's actually bullish for Bitcoin, because it's kind of the original. I mean, it's like the father of some of this technology. And as the government embraces the technology, I think it's going to be hard to not embrace the original, the one that kind of made it all happen. So, but what do we know? We're just YouTubers.
Don't listen to us.
Don't listen to us. I need to do a better job of taking profits, not hodling so much. Yes, we all do.
Yep.
So yeah,
Same.
Definitely true.
But I with that statement, like hindsight's always 20/20. So like,
yes,
it's easier. Like if you sell at 500 and it goes to 700, but you bought it at 200, and you're like, well, all you see is I could have got it sold at 700. But it's like hindsight's always 20/20. It could have easily went from 500 back down to 200, and you're glad you sold, right? It's just because you didn't sell at the top. It's always like, shoot.
Yep, absolutely. Totally agree. I know my goal is to replace my base income by the end of the year using Sleep Money Club and be able to invest 2.5K a month after that. Jeremy, those are awesome goals. And I wish you the best in them. And yeah, hopefully Sleep Money Club can help you towards those goals.
So Jeremy started learning stock options at the same time I did in the club. He joined our little challenge with Colin teaching us, and we both started with the same amount, $1,000 in a Robinhood portfolio. And I was doing really well, and I did 3% in a week. But Jeremy actually made 6% in 1 week. He made his entire Sleep Money Club membership back in the first week doing options, which was pretty cool. We were pretty stoked to see that.
Congrats, man. That's awesome. Is there a limited amount of time on those? I don't know if you mean the Warbots or the Forex bots or the Sleep Money Club lifetime membership or whatever, but the answer to all those questions is no. There's no limited amount of time. So you can go get whatever, whenever. Which layer 2 is going to be the winner for the next bull run? Arbitrum, Polygon, Optimism Base, something else? Personally, when I'm looking at what's going to be successful, I don't look as much at the technology as I do the partnerships and who's going to be using it. Because what I've seen in technology, the tech sector, there's a lot of awesome technology that no one uses, and it's worthless. And there's a lot of junky technology that a lot of people use, and so it's valuable. So like Ethereum is actually very, as a layer 1, Ethereum is very bad technology compared to what else is out there, but it has the most usage. So it's going to, in my opinion, it's going to do the best. So when you get to layer 2s, Polygon, is partnered with Disney. And so I don't think Polygon is the best technology. I don't think it's the best chain, but the partnership, I think Arbitrum is probably better technology, but the fact that Polygon is partnered with Disney and things like that, I think Polygon is going to do the best. I don't know if you guys have different thoughts on that.
Oh, every month, especially during a bull run, there's some new thing released, and it's going to be better than Bitcoin because it has a higher TPS, and it's got these cool smart contract new things it can do with them or whatever. And the reality is none of it's all irrelevant. You can get all hyped up about all this stuff all you want, but all that matters is, does it get market traction or not?
Yep.
And so, when it comes to that, like right now, the one that has market traction of the layer 2s, it's Polygon, and I think they're doing cool things and whatever. I think technology-wise, Arbitrum and Optimism have some cool stuff, even though I know next to nothing about them compared to what I know about Polygon, whatever. I see Zach in the chat. I know Zach is big time Arbitrum guy. He's our teaching our crypto trading teacher in Sleep Money Club. So I think with a lot of those things too, my approach is I buy multiples of them and then hope that one of those multiples is the winner. Like when it comes to DAG technology cryptos, I don't just have Constellation. I also have Hedera, and I have Kaspa. Kaspa's been a big win, by the way, from Sleep Money Club. I posted about Kaspa when it first launched, before it hit exchanges. It's up 7,000% since I first talked about it in Sleep Money Club.
Wow.
But yeah, I try to buy, if I see ones that are going to be Web3 hosting, like Amazon, decentralized Amazon Web Services. Oh, I got Flux, but I've also got Threefold. I've got SC Prime. I try to hold multiples in each category, around each narrative, around each area of the industry, whatever, and then hope that one of those is the winner or the breakout.
Yep,
I don't go all
absolutely.
in.
Ozark says buy them all, and that is
Buy
a
them all.
strategy. Is if you buy 10 things, 6 will probably fail, 3 will do okay, and 1 will be a home run. And so if you manage your risk appropriately, this is kind of the same way I assume, Colin, that you do the stock market. Is you're going to have some losses, and you just that's just a part of what you're doing, and that's why I don't recommend you go all in on one thing, because the chances of you picking the right thing is just not very good. So if you diversify between 10, maybe you end up with 4 or 5 that do okay, and then you end up with 1 home run that just 100 X's or something. But that's kind of been what's been successful for me.
And there is also a balance to that, real quick. I will say, in that if you have $100, I mean, don't buy 100 different crypto. 10 different. Your $10 is not going to turn into life-changing money. Likely, the chances are that's not going to happen. This gets more important the more money you get scaled into it. So there is a balance of where you go a little more all in or a little more position heavy. But that's, we talk about that, and that depends on each person, their risk, their amount of money, etc. Sorry, Colin.
No, thank you for clarifying that.
Yeah, thanks for interrupting. No, I'm just kidding. No, I was just gonna say, like, if that's just anything, like, I mean, James, you told your story on YouTube before, like with starting a business. You try a bunch of different things, and some fail, some kind of work out, and you just takes 1 home run, and everything, all the losses kind of go away. I mean, they don't go away, but they get forgotten.
Yeah, I don't know if I think I've told you two my story about my energy drink business in college. Do you guys remember that story?
Yes.
Do you think I'll get demonetized if I share that story? Briefly, me and my friends in college, we were entrepreneurial and we were just looking for different things. We found an energy drink that was called cocaine. Okay. And it had cinnamon in it. So when you drank it, it like burned your throat, and it really felt like, man, this is doing something. And we were like, this is going to sell really, really well. So we bought, I think it was 5,000 or 10,000 cans of this cocaine energy drink. And we were going to sell it on campus at the University of Nebraska and be like, man, this is going to sell. Like, people will pay $5-6 for a can. We got them for like 60 cents a can or something like that. We're like, this is going to make a lot of money. Then Nebraska came out and said, cocaine energy drink is illegal to sell because of the name. And all the states around us said the same thing. They said it's illegal, it's illegal, it's illegal. So we were stuck with just 10,000 cans. So all that to say, we tried a business idea. We even invested some money in it. It was not a home run because of regulations. So
those darn regulators.
Those regulators.
You posted
knocks at the door.
You posted on Twitter yesterday, James, asking about how to find motivation when you're not feeling motivated, and I just replied with the GIF of Scarface doing a mountain of cocaine on his desk.
There you go. That'll get you going.
Yeah, Hobbyist has a good point. You should have just bought a sleeve.
Once you invest a certain amount of money into something and then it gets shut down, your plan, you just lose motivation. You lose hope.
Don't fall into sunk cost fallacy, guys.
Yeah.
Know when to cut your losses and move on.
Yep.
This is not the drink cocaine. This is brocaine. It's different.
Well, that reminds me of another business idea, which was protein powder. But yeah, protein powder, but it's just nice. Protein powder, white labeled.
I'm gonna go off on a limb. I've been in the vitamin shop and stuff. I've never seen on the shelf, so I'm just gonna make a big limb and just say that it probably did not get taken off the ground a little bit.
Yeah, it's still on my to-do list. So I have the image I want to use, which I'll try to find that image for you guys sometime. And I have the image I want for the label of a bro and a protein powder. So I wanted to clear up something too. I have some vital information here. So let me get this up. I asked ChatGPT, what does touty mean? It appears it's not a standard English word. Its meaning is unclear. So, hey, nice job using a word that's unclear. That's the purpose of purpose of language is to communicate clearly. It could be a typo or a slang term. And then I said it was used like this. I love James and his OG content, but his Twitter is coming off very touty. In this context, it means self-promoting, showy, or boastful, particularly on social media platforms like Twitter. The speaker's suggesting they appreciate James' original content. They feel his Twitter presence comes across as too self-promotional or boastful. Chess, I'm hurt by this. I thought it was a compliment. It was not. So
isn't
sorry.
that like the purpose of like social media is like promote what you're doing? You promote your ideas, you promote your content, you promote what you're doing. So I think, I mean, in a way, he's saying
he's encouraging you to do more. More.
You're doing exactly what social media was meant to be, which is to
also when this person only seems to be putting negative things in the commentary here. Are we paying attention to this? Let's maybe we just all future things we ignore from this individual.
Well, I did get a comment one time. This guy said he put money in drip, and then he's actually up when the drip price has been down.
Oh my goodness! What are you guys doing to me? What are you doing
Stop.
to me?
I do not want to talk about drip on this live stream.
Davis says we appreciate you, James. Most of us. Thank you, Davis. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you, James, very much.
Thank you. No.
Zach said in the chat here, Etika looks interesting. That is one we're talking about in Sleep Money Club, and we're spec mining, and we've been accumulating. That one is a cool looking project.
Okay, and join Sleep Money Club to learn more. Right,
hobbyist, you've got a bunch of ETH hash and ETC hash power. I'm sure you could throw with that one. You should look at that one if you're not already into that one, my friend.
Very cool. There are those that take offense at the verses you quote. That's true. I do put a lot of Bible verses, which I guess could be taken as touty, perhaps.
Everyone's gonna be offended by something.
Yeah. Oh, very true.
Yeah, I'm offended that I get the blue shirt memo, but
yeah, you didn't. We forgot to tell. We're like, hey, let's make Colin look stupid. We'll both wear blue and not wear headphones that are big and over our ears, and we'll both have Shure microphones. And Colin will look stupid without any of that.
Where's your matching Shure microphone, Colin? Me and James know what's up. This isn't the same thing.
Not sponsored.
I upgraded from blue at Andy's command.
Have you had people comment that you sound even better now?
I do. I've actually gotten quite a few comments saying, "Hey, your audio is so much better." So you're
welcome.
Spot on with that one.
You're welcome.
Yep, spot on, Andy. So let's go ahead. We'll let you go. We've been here 56 minutes. That was about what I want to do. I'm probably going to do just a dedicated shorter video about Sleep Money Club. Also, this is not one that people are there's not a lot of people that are going to like hop on and watch for an hour about this. So I'm going to do a shorter one, just kind of walking through the changes as well. But thank you in the audience, you guys. This is fun. I love doing these Friday afternoon, just like hang out. It actually is a lot of fun for me. This is like something I would probably just do for fun for Colin's birthday, just to celebrate it. I just hop on a live stream with him for a while.
Perfect.
So thank you.
I do always enjoy hanging out and live streaming with you, James. It's always fun. We should do it more often.
We should.
Well, that makes two of us because I don't enjoy it at all.
And I will say here at the very end,
we'll let you know about the blue shirt.
Yeah, thank you.
One last note, just to throw it out there one more time. We haven't actually in the past offered the 1 week free trial of Sleep Money Club, so that's brand new to try it out. So if you ever have been on the fence, please check it out. And if you don't like it, then don't stick around. But it's a no risk, free way to just see what's going on in the club. And I highly recommend you try that out because we want you to check it out before you slap down your hard-earned cash and make sure it's worth it for you.
Yeah, and I really appreciate that. Yeah.
Thank you for having us on your channel, as always, my friend.
Oh, yes. Thank you, guys. Keep up the good work. Keep doing what you do. Never change, but always grow.
Wow, that was good.
You like that? I'm trying.
That's a tweet. Get that out there, James. We'll see that on the Twitter.
I'm trying. I'll retweet that. Trying out some new taglines and stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that tattooed on my leg.
Yeah, yeah, there you go.
That. I want a James Pelton branded shirt with that.
A picture of me with the quote: "Never change, but always grow."
I like it.
That's right.
So yeah, I'm gonna start saying that at the end of all my.
And on the back, it'll say, "Never give up, never surrender."
And don't be touty.
Don't be touty.
Don't be touty.
So, but yeah, thank you guys. Hope you all have a great weekend, and we will talk to you all later.